All right, this is Calibos, and we're playing Beyond the Skies. So I'm hoping that things are working right. I had some difficulties earlier. Not sure if everything is connected. Seems like. So I have these cool archway things. I love them. Um, so I have two towers here. Um, this is the Tower of Crushing. This is the Tower of Smelting. And I have gone ahead and upgraded them all with muffling, because muffling, and each muffling upgrade reduces the sound by 25%. Once you have all four, it's 100% quiet and 100% less annoying. So I have done that. Hopefully these are all, they should be super quiet. I don't know. So this also has the side effect. I could have used cables for this, but I chose specifically to increase my power storage by doing this. Also, these output 5,000 RF a tick, and so at some point I'm going to be upgrading these. Now, the one problem I foresee with this, and it's not really a problem, simply a mechanic of how things work, is the mechanism pipes are simply going to move things to the first available space. So that's kind of a hassle, especially if I've got like 60 items that I want to smelt and they're all the same item. They're all going to go in the same machine and it's going to take a while. But if I have like, 20 different items, then it's all going to smelt faster. Once I start getting some speed upgrades going, I'm sure that this will improve and we'll have a better quality of life experience with it. But we'll see. So I've got this nifty platform out here. I have to admit, I'm not feeling so great, so I don't honestly remember everything that happened in the last episode. I guess I could review, but I'm not that kind of... I don't really have the attention to detail required for such things. Kind of a flake, I guess. But it is what it is. So I've been throwing down for a couple more recipes in there. And one of the things that I was thinking of that we need is acceleration cards. So we're gonna, nope, we're not, we don't want to do pure ones. We want to just do, oh my gosh, I cannot type. There, we just want to do these. And now we should be able to make acceleration cards. Because I'd like to speed this all up. Because some of the crafting is starting to bog down. So pretty much what we're going to be needing is we're only going to be speeding up the molecular assemblers, and we are going to have more as we go, and I'm probably just going to make a giant wall of them and rearrange that stuff as we need to. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So we need 50 acceleration cards. We have 32, so let's go ahead and make, what, 18 more? I think that's how many we need. So it doesn't take super long for these. Yeah, 50. So one of the things that I would like to do this episode, we've got a little bit more of AE related things to finish. And I did some homework as far as that goes. There, these will all be a little bit faster now. So looking at the quest book, we were looking at this stuff applied. So we need to make the 256K storage disk, and then we need to make this one. So I don't remember what size that is, but I'm sure we're about to find out. So what I did was, let's actually go into the quest now that I'm thinking about it, because, I mean, why not, right? So this requires a 256K storage component. So if you'll notice, I have a lot of the storage components here. And we have processors set up and ready to go. So we're just going to throw down for 256K. Okay, apparently I built one. We have it. Enjoy. I will build another one because it doesn't hurt. And you guys can see the process. And this, yeah, it's going pretty quick. It really helps to have those acceleration cards. Like, it makes a giant difference. Ta-da! We have 2. So that gets us a 1024K ME storage component, which is just freaking huge. So now we need the 16,384K. So we don't have one, but we have the recipe built. So we're just going to have one. And it says we need another 799 logic processors and about 10,000 more Certus quartz. So I'm going to get the logic processors started. The Certus quartz, we're just going to have to wait because that's a lot of Certus quartz. You know, we should go see. Let's go check the home for the Certus quartz and see if I've expanded it, because we might actually need to. All right. I need to make these bigger. Certus quartz. So I do not have any upgrades except for void in there, so we are going to. Don't have to go anywhere. Upgrades. So if we use this, we can make one of these. And if we slap that in there, so now this will hold a great many stacks. 2,048 stacks. I wonder if we can make some of this stuff quieter. I'm guessing we can't. Oh my gosh. So I'm gonna muffle all of these things later. Because my gosh, I'm not gonna do that on camera. You guys shouldn't be forced to watch me do horrible things. Like 3 hours of building stacks of floor muffling components. Let's see, it needed about 900, right? So 10 stacks is 640, so we'll just say 15 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 5 more stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so that's going to do the thing. Now, I'm just going to say that we are going to need a bunch more just because we're going to be using these things up. There's random stuff I'm carrying around. So let's organize the inventory. Chuck that in there, chuck that in there, chuck that in there. That and that. So let's get another 15 stacks. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. So that'll leave roughly 1,000 left over after we're done with the thing. Now we just have to wait for the Certus essence. So charged. Oh, let's look at the recipe really quick. So one of the things that I'm doing is I'm converting all of my charged Certus quartz to, or uncharged Certus quartz to charged Certus quartz. So that's actually a fairly serious thing. So we want the 1K. So let's clear this recipe, put it back, and then we're going to look at the 1K processor. So we want to make this one with the charged Certus quartz instead, because that's what we have a lot of. 2, 3, 4. So these should all be charged. We'll remake this recipe. And this is a problem that I've run into before. That's how I remember to look for it. So if we go ahead and ask it to make one now, so it was the 16,300 and something or other, 84. So if we ask it to make one, okay, so it was OR dictionary. So we need 5,626 Certus quartz. Which it can make most of them. So we don't even have to wait all that long for this. So 343, that's probably like, you know, an hour or two of leaving the system running. The magical crops is actually fairly fast. And it helps that we tossed in the 1K. Because it's not the 1K, the 1000K. So yeah, see, this is actually going pretty fast. I mean, if we come over here to this thing, it's just going to be like making them really fast. Yeah. So kind of hoping that will basically keep it full. It's kind of like an overflow thing. I don't know. So let's look at some of the other problems that we're going to have. So getting into environmental tech and industrial foregoing. Industrial foregoing is going to be fairly easy. There are some stuff that we're going to need to set up for it. But getting into environmental tech, to get into some of the higher level stuff, we absolutely must positively have automated wither killing, because I vaguely recall we're going to need like 93 nether stars or some arbitrary number like that. And that's for one row of the miners. And if we're going to do the solar arrays, then we probably need a bunch more. Now, when we get to the end, I'm going to set up a solar array in the end. The end is the greatest place for the solar arrays, because it's always sunny there. Now, we can actually do that in the overworld here without too much trouble, because using draconic evolution, we can actually set the time to noon and just leave it there, which I may do. Probably weather control just to turn the rain off as well. I'm super pleased about this. I think I walked you guys through it all before. So we did actually, and I know I told you, we did get the nether star from that. So speaking of nether stars, one of the things that we were talking about doing, or I was talking about doing, is making this. Now, to make the nether star crux, we're going to need withering souls. And we're going to have to get that from withers. Now, I might have one or two of those souls. Okay, I don't. So we're going to have to work on that. So one of the other things that we're going to have to... Do we have wood in here? No wood. Okay. So one of the things that we're going to have to do then is set up a mob farm. Now, one of the problems with mob farms is you get a lot of junk. So, like, if we look up diamond in here, diamond. So, I have so many diamond tools and stuff, and they're all enchanted and whatnot. So, I think what we're going to dedicate this episode to is, you know, what's left of this episode now that I've just run my mouth for 10 minutes. Dischanter. Okay. We want to look into industrial foregoing. What is it called? There's the enchantment factory. Where is it? I know that there's one. Maybe it's not in this pack. Here it is, enchantment extractor. So I don't know if we have one, but if... Okay, enchantment extractor. I built one. So does... Okay, we're going to teach the system how to build books because we desperately need it to be able to build books. But with the enchantment extraction, all right, so if we extractor machine does is it basically takes the enchantments off of items. So we want to put that, I don't know, somewhere where there's power. Not super particular, I guess. So what this does is this compacts things, and I only have one recipe in here now. I have the gold plates so that I can make power cells, and it just pops it in there and then automatically outputs it back into the interface, which dumps stuff in the system. This fluid transposer, it has a recipe where if you give it a bucket, it makes a lava bucket. This one does water, and you get the idea. So I can automate making water in lava buckets, and I will set these up for various other fluids as I need them. I'll probably set something up for liquid redstone and whatever if I have to, but I shouldn't have to, because most of the things that I'm going to need liquid redstone for are going to be whatever. So what this does is if we put this in here and we give it a book, it goes ahead and it extracts the enchantment off of the book. Then if we are super excited about this, we can then pulverize it back into diamonds, which I'm going to do because diamonds. And I think it does have to be a pulverizer. Oops. Can type probably, maybe, sort of. Pulverizer. I'll tell you a secret. I think I was probably planning on doing this anyway. So, jetpack. I have got to set myself up with creative flight because this jetpack is annoying the daylights out of me. You have no idea. So are those boots. So we can basically put these in here, give it a couple seconds. And a couple seconds more. Oh my gosh, how about a thermal? Tell me I have one. I don't have one. I'm going to have to automate some of the stuff from thermal expansion because I really just... Specifically what I want to automate are... I want to automate the production of these resonant conversion kits so I can simply use one on a machine and it auto updates. Now in order to make one, you have to have one of each of the upgrades. So most of these are going to be fairly simple. So I mean bronze gear and stuff like that, because we've actually got chickens that are producing most of the ores that we're using. So let's grab an interface or two. So we can craft 2 interfaces probably. Come on, give me the second one. What are we waiting on? Oh, it's crafting this. Again, we run into the... It takes quite a bit of time to do it. I can make a better setup. The trick is being able to set the entire thing to round robin. And I will do that at some point. So if what we're going to do is we're going to investigate these machines. We're going to tell it to clear the configuration. You have to remember this is the front. So this is the side that we want. And we want to set it to blue and orange so that it highlights both of these squares. And then we put this here. And we tell it to auto input enabled. We pull this out, and then we're basically going to do the same thing to this one. So this actually tells you like which squares it's going to output from and stuff like that. So now we're going to pull a smart cable, and if I was smart, I think I remembered. Let's see, 3 of 8 channels. I think this is good enough. What do we have coming off there? All right, so let's put the diamonds here. And so now we want to tell this like the books. So the input books, we're going to tell it this is the front, so we're going to have it come from the up. So we're going to take a book and we're going to put it here. And so what's going to happen, theoretically, come on. We want it to have, what, 60, 64. I think that'll work. So we'll give it a second. I don't know how many books are in the system. What I'd like to do is have this set to craft as necessary. So what we're going to do for that is we're actually just going to make an export. Export. Craft that. We want one of these. The crafting card. Because it occurs to me that we're just going to one of these, go. We're just going to have like an infinite number of these books going into it. So we're just going to crafting card, book. Smart cable. Then we'll take this out. So now we're actually going to tell it that books can come from the left. And enchanted books output is going to go up. So it should output these Oops. So it should output these pretty solidly. Non-enchanted items we also want to go up. I do believe that there's actually an automated upgrade thing that we have to throw in here. Always active, energy. Enchanted items, input. We're just going to... Oh, you know what? I don't need an interface on this one. I'll fix it. I'll just go straight into the next episode and fix it live-ish. But I'm just going to switch that to an output, set a solid output, and then have it grind from there. All right. So thanks for coming. If you liked it, leave a like. If you don't. Questions, comments, concerns can all go below. I hope you guys have a great night.